Plaintiff Terry McCutcheon says the defendant is a massage therapist, and he answered an ad that she placed online for her services. Terry became close with the defendant and her boyfriend, but eventually got caught in the middle of their lovers' quarrels. And after their friendship deteriorated, the defendant threatened to kill him. He's suing for unpaid loans. Defendants Jamie Wild and Michael Abbott say the first time Terry came to Jamie for a massage, he made sexual advances towards her and even asked her to massage him naked. Jamie denies that she threatened to kill Terry, and they're countersuing for stolen property and unpaid massages.
Prove your case.
In about February 2009, I replied to an online posting on Craigslist for therapeutic massage, and it was Jamie. And the reason why I did this was from the car accident I had previous year. I was going to physical therapy, and they said massages could help me out. When I met Jamie, I thought she was very attractive. And I'm married, and she has a boyfriend, Mike, and there was never, ever anything sexual between us. I'm the type of person, too, when you get to know me, that you tend to open up to me. You tend to tell me all your problems. I got to know a lot of...
You got a minute?
Let me start the timer.
All right. After your case, then we're going back and go over my case.
That's fine, okay.
Since you listen to folks' problems.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Jamie told me how she was in an abusive relationship and Mike was verbally abusive.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Mike told me that Jamie would sometimes take off for days at a time and sometimes be with other men.
You didn't tell them what each other was saying, did you?
No.
All right.
No. When I was with one would tell me one thing, the other would tell me the other thing.
Dr. Phil never does that.
Yes, right.
I don't think he does.
So
he just puts your business on national television.
Yes.
But he has a good show, though. Go ahead.
Well, I did everything I could to help them out, but at one point in time, I had to file a restraining order against Jamie because she threatened to kill me.
That's not true either,
Why
Your
did she
Honor.
threaten to kill you?
She called me up and said, I'm going to kill you. But,
okay.
And she was in jail at that time, and Mike had to go to
How could I threaten you from jail?
Ohio.
Let him finish, man.
And Mike had to go to Ohio to see a relative that was possibly dying. This is part, I gave him the money.
This is part of the loan?
Yeah, correct.
All right, I'll let them respond. Who wants to talk?
Okay, I met Terry through the Craigslist ad. I do therapeutic massage. I have for some time now. He came to me as a client. The very first time he came to me, he made sexual advances at me. Would I massage him naked? Would I massage him? Would I let him massage me? Would I lay next to him? And I always said no. I get that in my line of business.
Right.
I mean, it does happen. And I always try to change the subject to, you know, like family, kids, past. You know, he mentioned his car accident. We talked a lot about his injuries and the things that he's been through in his own personal life with his kids and his wife and so forth. We became friends. He continued to come, although he made the advances. Times are hard right now. It's $100 a massage. I mean, if I can...
Wrong. That's not what she charged.
That is what I
$100
charge.
massage. I don't even think professional prostitutes charge that much.
Well, you know what, Terry? I'm not a professional prostitute, but you sure would have liked for me to be, wouldn't you have?
Go ahead.
My fees are $100, and I have other clients that do pay $100, and they don't get extra. I give massages. We developed a friendship. He got pissed eventually, excuse my French, he got mad eventually because I would not give him the money, or because I would not forward him his advances towards me. I would not let him come on to me. You know, I'd always change the subject. I would say thank you.
So what did he do to exhibit his anger?
Called Mike and told Mike that him and I were sleeping together and that I was giving him other pleasures. So
Did you do that?
I did that to get her pissed off because she just got through threatening me. And then Mike called me back up and says, were you just blown off steam? I said, yes, I was, Mike.
That is not true. He called me 3 days later and said he was just venting. He was just trying to get to me because he knew that'd be my weak spot.
All right. Did you threaten to kill him?
I did not threaten to kill him. I was mad.
He threatened to kill him.
When he called Mike, I called him. And
he says you all threatened to kill him. That's not true.
No, I threatened to ruin his life.
I filled out.
You threatened to ruin his life.
I did threaten to ruin his life.
You have a restraining order?
Yes, that's
prohibiting her from ruining your life?
I filled that out, and I was ready to walk it in when Mike called me and asked me not to do it because it would jeopardize of her getting her kids back.
I had my kids before all this happened, Terry. I went to jail after my kids.
Miss Jamie Wild is prohibited from ruining Mr. McCutcheon's life. Ma'am, did you see that on the restraining order?
No, I've never seen the restraining order, Your Honor.
So she's all right as long as she doesn't ruin your life.
It's not even.
That's all the
It's not
judge
even
ordered.
filed. It's a paper. Anybody can fill out a paper for a restraining order. It's not
Ma'am,
filed because I didn't do it.
You know I know better than that, ma'am.
Here's a text message she sent saying how much she charges.
Oh, are we bringing out text messages? I drove to your house. That's if you come to my house, it's 80. I drove to your house every time, Terry. That's another 20, and you agreed to that.
No, you didn't. 'Cause I
Yes,
went to your
you
house over
did.
in
Don't tell me
Fernwood.
you didn't when you
I went
did.
to
You're a
your
liar.
house
That's
up
what
in-
you're known for, Terry. You
went
do
to
this
your-
to everybody.
I went
How many
to your
court
house.
cases do you have from your tenants?
I went to
How
your
many,
house.
Terry?
Well, I can't help it. They don't pay me rent like you're not doing now. And why
Your
would
loans,
she-
let's get to the loans you're suing
Okay.
her for before we get to the unpaid
Okay.
massages that she
In
is suing
April
you
2009, she asked me to borrow $400 for the purpose of to keep Mike out of jail.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
And anyway, so I said, well, why don't you just let him go to jail? 9 months in Indiana is going to be half is 4.5. And
Then
she
you're-
said, well,
and I'll have you to myself.
That's
tell her that?
exactly what he said,
Did you
too, Your
tell her
Honor.
that?
That's
That's what he
exactly what he said.
Go ahead.
so
Instead, you loaned her the $400.
yes, yeah,
All
because
right.
she said he was going to go back to work. If he lost his work, he was a construction worker, he would lose a lot of money.
All right.
So then in May, she wanted another $300. So I loaned her the other $300. I don't remember what that one is for.
Okay.
Then a day later, she wanted to borrow another $200, so I loaned her another $200. Then in September,
It wasn't a
that's
day.
when Mike had to go to Ohio and needed money. So I went ahead, because Jamie was in jail at that time, so I went ahead and loaned Mike $150.
Jamie was in jail, and before that,Ike was going to jail. You spared him
Mike
from
never
going.
went to jail, Your Honor, and it wasn't for
wasn't
jail. It
going
was
to
for
jail.
bills, and he knows it was for bills. And I asked him for it, and the agreement was he would pay half of the massage or a portion of the massage, and the rest would go for the money. Then he hires Mike to do work for him, says he's going to pay him, but then says he's using that money to go for the loan. So where's all the money that
I paid
either
him, they
the
did a
massage or the
roofing.
work
Sir,
that
what
Mike
was the
did?
agreement on the repayment of the loan?
The home repairs, I gave him rent for 2 months for free. In
That's for the house we're
consideration-
living in. What about your
speak
house?
to me.
In
Now,
consideration to
Sir, just tell me the agreement on the repayment then.
Okay.
To
I
your
got the promissory
knowledge.
notes right here. Sure
Let's
do.
see, ma'am. He's going to show me notes.
That's great.
Here's the offender data list to show Mike that he's been in jail.
My past doesn't matter.
Right,
What,
it doesn't.
how's his
How's
past
that
relevant to
relevant
this
today,
case,
sir?
Terry?
Let's
That's
get
before
to
we
the
even knew Terry.
counterclaim for $2,868 for stolen property and unpaid massages.
Correct,
Explain.
Your Honor. There was a $1,500 repair that Mike did on the garage of Terry's house that he lives in.
Is 11
We live in his rental home, but Mike did work on his lawn and on his garage.
But you're not
for the loan.
countersuing for that.
Okay, that was for the loan. No, we're countersuing because if that money is being used for the loan, then he owes me for all these
Massages. And
that
how
he
much
only
is
paid.
that?
$918.
Okay. And
And then the stolen
wait.
merchandise.
Yeah, how did he steal your merchandise?
We have witnesses that wrote statements stating that they saw Terry and a female carrying things out of our home while we were gone.
Wrong.
And that we have statements,
Did you go to
Terry.
the
I don't
police?
care. I didn't steal
I
it.
went to the police, but they said that I can't prove that it was him. And I was like, well, I got people
Right. You have
write
eyewitnesses.
statements.
Right.
We have
and he said that
eyewitnesses.
that's hearsay.
He misinformed you if
They
that,
wouldn't
if
file
that
a
is what he
report.
said. Let me see your statements. And do you have the police report?
No, they wouldn't write a report up.
Take a report. They just came
Your Honor, what's the date on that? September
first.
1st. Okay. I've got here on September 3rd, Mike and I went to the storage unit to put all the stuff in. He never told me any time at that time anything was missing.
Yeah.
I paid for the storage unit.
Is that true?
No, I told him
Stuff
stuff was
packed,
missing.
and we were in and I was in jail, and he was in and out of the house between
Sir, if
Ohio.
someone stole your items, you don't get with them the next day to help move other things to the storage.
He told me that the only other person. He told me that he gave the food and everything to this female, and that he didn't take any of the other stuff. That he can almost guarantee it was this other chick that used to rent for like 2 days. That he gave somebody a place to stay or something like that.
Sir,
And she
if
has a key
whatever
to the
he
house.
told you, you obviously believed it.
Your Honor, Here is the text messages she sent to me about how about a massage tonight.
Okay, because I needed money,
20-something.
Terry.
She needed money. She wanted to do a massage for $20 because she hadn't eaten in 2 days.
If someone already owes you money, you don't call them and say, hey, you want to pay me $50 or whatever it is, and I'll give you a massage? No, you say, hey, I need some of my money that you owe me.
I thought our loan was paid off, and I wanted money from him.
You thought.
Yes.
But yet you're countersuing him for massages today.
Yes.
I'm going to dismiss your claim, ma'am. I'm going to grant your judgment based on the evidence and these text messages, based on their admission that they did borrow, and they say it was offset. I don't believe that because a person would ask about that instead of asking about some new monies. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff. Counterclaim dismissed.
I'm sorry it worked out this way. All I was trying to do is give you a place to rent, a place to live, and it seemed like help you out, but it always just seems to bite me in the butt.
I'm sorry you make it through your life lying to everybody and trying to screw everybody over.